How to win friends and influence people. Charisma. Have you imagined what it would look like to walk into the room and steal all the attention? You become so magnetic that everyone is rushing to your area of the room just to be in your presence. These 7 characteristics, when mastered, will make you stand out and be more likable. This will also translate to business deals, leaving strong first impressions, and charm the people around you. This is not all based upon looks, but rather character, and will have people thinking, what is it about you? I'm talking about charisma and its ability to influence others through characteristics using logic. If you watch to the end, I'll teach you 7 ways to improve your charisma. First, I want you to say charisma is like the tool of money. It can be learned and mastered. I hope you take this knowledge and use it to improve your life and not take advantage of others. Now relax your body, tilt your head, and give an amazing smile. Number 1, confidence. One of the qualities of charismatic people is the way they exude confidence, which is to have a strong belief or full assurance in self. If you want to build confidence, it starts by doing and meaning what you say. Self-talk is also important, and your voice should be the loudest in your mind over doubters. You have to build trust in yourself. If you say you are working out today, no matter what happens, you have to do it. It is best to not say it at all than to not do it. A sign that you are lacking in this area is constantly second-guessing yourself, even when you know the answer. Julius Caesar, one of the greatest conquerors, quoted, "Without training, they lacked knowledge. Without knowledge, they lacked confidence. Without confidence, they lacked victory." This was strongly displayed in Mike Tyson, in my opinion, the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time. During his training, Cus D'Amato would constantly speak the mind of the champion into Tyson over and over. He gave him the knowledge of who he would be in the future until he believed it. It was this confidence that gave him victory and the mindset of a champion. When you can conquer something once, you can do it again, and that's why success breeds confidence. Numerous studies have shown that people tend to listen and believe when they hear confident people. At Carnegie Mellon University found that displaying confidence was even more influential. What's interesting about the science of confidence is that even if you don't feel confident, merely displaying confidence impacts behavior. Your body language will even reflect your confidence, so fix your posture and mean what you say. Number 2, be attentive. People like being around charismatic people because they feel valued. Charismatic people have trained themselves to be attentive to those they interact with. One of the behaviors that are linked to attentiveness is eye contact. Numerous scientific studies found that eye contact heavily influences likability, trustworthiness, and attractiveness. During the conversation, make sure to smile and slightly nod. Reiterate back to them what they said so it shows that you are following along and getting clarity. No one likes to constantly repeat themselves. Listen intently so you can have an understanding on the subject being discussed. Eye contact is an important part of charisma. What you fix your eyes on is typically what your mind will concentrate on. Number 3, radiate warmth. Charismatic people are often described as warm and approachable. Research has shown that when people perceive you as warm, they are more likely to trust you and embrace your ideas. One of the most powerful yet underappreciated warmth is smiling. Studies have shown that smiling causes one to be considered more approachable. Even more fascinating is research conducted by Dr. Robert Zajanik identified when facial muscles contort to produce a smile, blood flow to the brain increases, which lowers the brain's temperature. This naturally produces feelings of pleasure and puts one in a more optimistic mood. When you smile at another person, you will be perceived as being warm and positive, which is important in the trait of charisma. Smiling has been shown to activate mirror neurons in the brain, which causes the smile to be reciprocated. You can even hear a smile over the phone, so practice that beautiful smile in the mirror. Let's not be robotic and stand there for 5 minutes with a grin on your face. We need to develop verbal attractiveness. It's important to avoid excessive flattery because it will come off as insincere. One of the quickest ways to impress someone is with only a few well-placed remarks. People can tell when you are genuinely interested in what they're saying, and this is something that we humans find irresistible because it satisfies our desire to feel important. Keep a conversation going by letting the other person talk. People love talking about themselves. Get good at asking questions such as how and why. Number 4, passion. Charismatic people are passionate. Being around them motivates others to act. This positive energy is one of the qualities that make charisma so alluring. Research has shown that strong emotions are contagious. The reason is because that behavioral scientists refer to as emotional cognition. Dr. Elaine Hatfield, the researcher in this area, has conducted studies which have found that people catch the emotions of others. For instance, if you have a constantly negative coworker, you will often find that when you are around him or her, you begin to unconsciously adopt a more negative outlook. Likewise, if you are conversing with someone passionate and optimistic, you begin to feel inspired. The biblical saying for this is, bad company corrupts good morals. Number 5, body language. When you meet someone, keep a relaxed state even if you are nervous. This will help the awkwardness that comes from being nervous. Just like anything else you have to practice, start getting out among different people and watching interactions. This will smooth you out over time. You want to keep an open body language, not crossing arms with the resting B face. This is not very inviting at all. Clearly express how honored you are to meet them. It's also a good idea to keep your hands visible because people are more likely to trust you when they can see your hands. Hand gesturing is a big part of communication. Now, I've been doing something for years that always charmed others. Slightly mirroring what the other person was doing or recognizing them when they are mirroring me. Let me explain. Synchrony is a short dance. When I smile, you smile. A laugh produces another laugh. I experimented with this at different times in my life, and it's so natural people don't even notice. One time I leaned in on a girl pretending to tell her something, and she leaned in too. When she got close enough, I quickly moved my body in the opposite direction. She was so offended and confused, checking herself to see what was wrong with her. Do you see I broke the synchrony? And this was a laughing joke afterwards. This is known as isopraxis, appearing, behaving, or moving in a similar manner. Think about it. You like the people that are similar to you. Example, I like that person. We have a lot in common. Looking at it from the other end, we do not like the people opposite of us. If you call someone in an excited tone and they respond in a low energy tone, or you may be a chill, quiet person and meet someone that is a loud, non-stop talker. This does not make a good mix. 6. Encourage self-disclosure. People enjoy conversing with charismatic people. One of the reasons why is that charismatic people ask insightful questions that guide others in self-disclosure. Do you remember having a conversation that was so good, you start sharing information you wouldn't normally share? It naturally established a connection that brought you closer to that person. Research from Harvard's findings of this study revealed that when conveying information to others about ourselves, participants showed greater neural activity in the areas of the brain associated with reward and pleasure. The research confirmed that our brains are wired to enjoy sharing information about ourselves. These good feelings will shape their perception and yours during the conversation. The secret of charisma is that it is less about you and more about how you make others feel. Number 7, appearance. Even though looks are not everything when it comes to charisma, but it is an important factor, it will be an advantage of those that do not take care of their physical appearance. Think of the occasion you got your hair done and wore a nice outfit. You naturally felt good, which translated to your actions and most of the time became more social than usual. People were probably complimenting you that day. You do not have to go out and buy the most expensive clothing. Simply find colors that bring out your skin tone, which, to make it plain, pajamas or slippers for a wedding will not spark the room. If you do not know what your color is, start trying on different clothes and colors in the mirror to see which ones look the best on you. These should be the ones you receive the most compliments in. Do not overexhaust your compliments towards people, especially if others are around. Your attention should be given in measure so it holds more weight. The desire to be special or different is in human nature. Instead, wait for the person you want to engage with to give them a clever compliment. Wait for their response and refrain from becoming pushy and desperate. We will all hear the words no at some point in time. Rejection is not to be taken personally. Instead, know your value and remain open. You might be surprised who notices. Remember, be smooth. James Bond smooth. Practice these 7 traits and you will become more charming. This is not some overnight secret, so be genuine in your approach. If you found this information valuable, give this video a like and share with others. Subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this.